And also my husband.
Don't forget to give us lots of hearts when you're hearing stuff that you like.
So they're going to talk to you guys about the differences between running a brick and mortar business and this business. What the differences are. It's going to be good.
Hello, everybody. All right, so I am a hairstylist by trade. I have been in the industry for 7 years now. And so I just want to kind of share with you some real numbers so you guys can kind of understand what it takes to go into typical, real, normal business, if you will, compared to network marketing. So with that said, I went to school for hair at the time. It was $20,000 to go to school, and that's a lot of money for a 12-month program. And it's been very much increasing since then. So that was 7 years ago, and I did this because I wanted to be my own boss. Everybody wants to have freedom of their own time, right? It's kind of everyone's dream. I didn't want a boss. I worked at a grocery store when I was 16, and I swore I would never have somebody tell me when I was going to be somewhere ever again. And so, grocery store, by the way, that was my dream job growing up. I wanted to be a cashier. No joke. I don't know why, but it seems cool. So some of the benefits to being self-employed, you get to be your own boss. You get to set your own work hours. You have unlimited vacation time, and you get to pick who you work with. So typical, I started hair school when I was 19, graduated when I was, I started at 18, graduated when I was 19, and I started working at Texture Salon 5 days later. I had absolutely no clientele, and we owed booth rent because I was a booth renter, so we owed $140 on Saturday. I started out on a Wednesday. My first appointment was an eyebrow wax, which is $12. So, plus maybe a $3 tip, so $15. That was nowhere near the $140 that I owed in 3 days. And so I just want to kind of have you guys understand, like, it's so similar. Like when I started, I had nobody. I had to build. I had to go word of mouth. I had to go, if I was out at the store, I would make sure somebody asked about my hair. Kind of like you were saying, like, or who was, Renee, where are you? Yes, I loved what you said about that because it's so true. I mean, you have to go out and you have to introduce yourself to people. Same thing that we do with this business. And so with that said, I owed $140 that Saturday, and the week previous to that, I had to spend probably close to $2,000 for product, color, hair dryer, all of that stuff. Luckily, I didn't have to buy the station. That was already purchased for us. That I already know because I just bought that myself again for my own place. It's a total of $25,000 if I were to have to purchase all that right away. So here's some numbers for you. Every Saturday, like I said, we pay rent. When I started, it was $140 a week, and since then, it has gone up to $180 a week. Huh? That's good. I'm going to write on it. So $2,000 was our startup cost, roughly. And then weekly booth rent, no matter if I'm at work or not, I have to pay the owner $180 a week, which is $720 a month. And if it's a 5-week month, it's $900, which we have a few of those this year. All right, so product costs, I spend minimally $400 a month in product costs. Wow. That's just hair color. If my hair dryer breaks, which everything broke last month, I'm not even kidding, curl iron, flat iron, hair dryer, all busted, that was a lot of expense I wasn't expecting. So that was a couple extra $100. You can add that on easily. Credit card machine, they take at least $150 a month. Appointment book, we pay $15 a month. We pay for water and Coke for our clients, that's $5 a month. So it really starts to add up. Roughly, I bring maybe in about $3,000 a month, which is great, but then you take all this out, I maybe come home with $1,500 at the end of the month. So partly why I started It Works was because that wasn't barely touching our normal bills. So, rewind to 3 years ago, Sarah sat in a room with me and Hillary, and they said, all right, it's $99 to get started. Way different than this, right? $99, it's still the same price. At the time, I could boost my kit if I wanted to, which I chose to. That was an extra, what are those, $149? So I boosted the kit. And then she told me there was a $20 website fee that we pay every single month. Do you know how cheap that is? Do you know how much it costs to pay a secretary to do what that thing does? It's amazing. You have no idea. Like, I know what our owner pays our secretary every month to do what that website does for us. You guys, we are spoiled by that. I want you to know that. All right, so monthly meeting, we pay $3 to come here. This is like our own private one team, one mission. This is a really cool opportunity. Not a lot of people have these. We've had some really top earners like shocked by the amount of people that we have here every month, which is really cool. And then we get paid to be a product of the product. How cool is that? Which is our ABB auto ship. So that's what, like $125 a month when you pay shipping tax plus the $20 website fee, maybe $130, $135. And we have no inventory. So unlike over here where I'm buying color and shampoo and conditioner and all that kind of stuff and hoping that it's going to be used, we don't have anything like that because our clients order from our websites and it ships right to their house. That's huge. I've been in network marketing 5 times before this, and there was a lot of times where I had to have mascara in stock, and who knows, I don't remember what I sold. I can't remember actually. Jewelry, whatever it was, like it was constantly, I had to have it in a closet and hope that it was going to go somewhere. So the point I want to make with this is over the last 7 years, these prices have increased. These are my current prices. This has definitely changed since 7 years ago. This has been the exact same for the last 3 years. But my income has tripled and quadrupled. I'm talking, I'm a double diamond and I make real double diamond income. And when you're only paying, what is that, like, I don't know, $125, $130 a month to run your business, and you're making $6,000 a month, and over here, I'm paying $2,000 a month to run it, and I'm maybe bringing in $1,500. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to understand that you have your hands on something huge. You really do. This is not a typical business. You know, I could honestly quit doing hair tomorrow if I really wanted to. I don't want to. It's a passion of mine. And, you know, I still shell out the money every single month. I know. It's kind of awkward. I have like 5 clients right now in the room, so I'm like, hey, don't judge me. I'm not. It's really awkward, actually. Now you know what I pay. So yeah, so just kind of understand that we have our hands on something huge, and you know, the beauty of this is that over the years, as I continue to do hair, the prices of products are going to go up. When I started, a bottle of Developer, which is what you need to mix with color, was $5. It is now $13. And you can maybe get 3 colors out of that, 3 or 4, depending how much color you need to use. So the price of things are going up, whereas It Works has stayed the same. Our products are still the same price, other than the greens, I think, went up $2 since they started. Otherwise, everything has stayed the same. So it's just a really cool way to look at different businesses, and Blake's going to share, he runs a whole other side of the world.
Everybody, Amanda Roush. All right, I'm Blake Seymour, husband of Sarah Seymour, if anybody doesn't know. I don't have fancy stuff, but you know what? I have one.
You should have brought some drywall with you.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I just want to say how much it is to operate a normal business. Start back at my business has been around for 11 years. 11 years ago, someone said, "Hey, you should, you know, for tax reasons, you should start a business instead of being a sole proprietor." And I said, "Why not?" "Okay. Well, who do I talk to?" "Well, you got to go talk. You have an attorney?" "No." "Well, you got to go talk to an attorney." "Okay. Then what else?" "Well, you got to talk to a tax guy." Well, if anybody's ever had a dealing with an attorney and a tax guy, those two collectively is about $300 an hour, and that's, you know, I haven't even started my business yet. I just want to hang drywall, you know. And so, so here we are. You know, hey, let's get it set up. All right, cool. Well, each one of those guys wanted $500. You're good to go. All right. Well, what do you guys do? Nothing. We filed your paperwork. Thank you. I got to work now. I got to pay you. So then all of a sudden, you keep building like you all want to do. You want to keep building. You want to keep getting customers. You want to keep growing. Well, for you guys, that's getting other people to do the same thing that you're doing, to repeat that. For me, that's hire more people, which is more cost. Well, you need to have a place that all these people can go and start and call home. Well, that's rent. That's that's your office. That's, that is your insurance. Then, you got employees that, they'll go out and work for you, but you have to have insurance. To be a regular business owner, not only do you have rent, you have employees, you have overhead costs, you have, gosh, man, I don't even know, there's a lot. You have all this insurance costs, all that builds up, and so if you got to keep going to pay all that, so you keep adding. Well, eventually you're up to now where we're at is we operate every day. We have around 50 hourly employees, and then about 100 other individuals. So we run about 150 people a day. That number is not $99. And so if someone would have told me 11 years ago that, that $1,000 you spent initially was not going to be your cheapest cost ever, I would have probably ran the other way. So thank goodness they didn't say that. But just so you know, to tell people your $99 is if people say they don't have that, it's crazy. To start a normal business, operate a normal business, your costs will triple. And especially keep adding people to your team. In your guys' business, adding people to your team only benefits everybody. But me adding people to my team, that's what we like to call overhead costs. So everything in business costs money, but obviously, and then the other side of it is all those people have to go out and perform a job, a task. Whether they do that right or wrong, they still get a paycheck. So with your guys' business, you got people that you sign up, they don't do anything, doesn't hurt you. You got people that do things, that go out there and work their, I believe she said ass. They're gonna help. But either way, it's benefiting both of you, and you could both benefit from that and learn. The other side of working for the man, there's usually, you want both to benefit from it. That's ideal, but it doesn't always work that way. Not every job, not every project, not every person is producing an income for the man. But at the same time, you need people to do jobs. So as it increases, you get more costs. I wish that I could say that what Sarah's done in 3 years, I did in 3 years. But it wasn't. It took me 11 years to get to have my own brick and mortar building. It took me 11 years to get there, into where, and the debt that I incurred in the first 3 years, to where she's debt free. That's for dang sure. Like I said, it's just it's a whole different animal, and for people that are on the fence about it or think owning their own business is hard. It's a little tough, but they make it so easy to do it the It Works way. To do it the regular way, someone should have told me 11 years ago to run, and I would have still been just hanging drywall and having fun. But anyways, that's all I really got about it. So thank you.
He laughs all the time about what's happened in 3 years in comparison. He's humble, but he literally works 60, there was times he was working 80 hours a week to get to where he is. And super proud of him, because it takes a certain kind of person to be able to do that. And I think it kind of irritates him sometimes to see me sleeping in the morning and wear my PJs all day while I sit in my office and chit-chat on the phone. And he's just like, really? This is ridiculous. So I think he's happy that I get to be home with our kids, and that's what a lot of you are in here for. And you want that too, and it is possible, and we're going to learn that tonight. I'm excited for this little part that we're going to talk about because Amanda Rausch made a post on our team page last week, and it hit a lot of people hard. And she flat out said, and I truly believe this, Mark says it all the time, that if you go hard doing that 90-day push like Hillary was talking about, your highest paycheck this year will by far be your lowest paycheck next year.
Say that again.
Your highest paycheck this year will by far be your lowest paycheck coming up, okay? And I promise you that if you go into these next 90, I don't even say 90, I think it's a little past that. I think, all the way through April, if you go through and you take away the TV, there's no BB in TV, okay? You take away all the stuff that makes you feel busy, right? Because there is a difference between being busy and getting things done. There is a huge difference, and it's easy to get sidetracked. Get things done. Make a list of income-producing activities that you're going to do every day, and don't let yourself down. Okay? It's so important. But if you do that, your business, in the next 4 months, it's literally you're building a foundation that you have no idea what it's going to do and carry you through over the next few years in this business. And so we're going to share, because she shared, what her lowest paycheck was the year she started, and then she shared what her highest paycheck was. And that was really cool of her to put herself out there and be so transparent, because she wanted our team to know, yes, this is real money. When I first started, honestly, if someone would have told me that you could ever make what a double diamond makes, I would have been like, shut up, no, ain't no way. Nobody makes $6,000 a month. Who makes $6,000 a month, right? Especially from home, selling some wraps. I wouldn't have understood that. Now I know the quality products we have and the compensation plan that we have. So I'm going to list off. We had a few of our diamond and above leaders volunteer the same information to give to all of you guys, that you can really understand what the potential is. And I think I wished I would have known this when I first started. So they all messaged me privately, and I'm not going to use their names, but I'll tell you what their rank is. First one is a triple diamond. 2013, her lowest check was $68.55. Her highest was $738. 2014, her lowest was $536. Her highest was $27.63, $2,763. 2015, her lowest check in 2015 was $3,251. Her highest check was $13,358. Let that sink in for a minute. I mean, is it doctors that make $13,000 in a month? I don't even know. That's crazy. Next one is a diamond. Year one, she made $98 was her lowest check. Highest check was $332. Year two, her lowest was $316. Her highest, $3,438. All because she stayed consistent and she didn't quit. And these are all people that I know did that 90-day push. Okay. Next one is a diamond. 2013, the lowest check was $77. Highest was $614. 2014, lowest check was $416. Highest was $671. 2015, lowest was $354. Her highest, and she said it's been stable, $1,400. This is someone that I know works a full-time job and does this on the side, very part-time. $1,400 extra bucks a month? Sign me up. That's huge, right? That's definitely a mortgage. So that's amazing. Next one, double diamond. Started 2013. Lowest paycheck was $44. Highest paycheck, $334. 2014, her lowest was $190. Highest was $570. She said she was wasn't one that took off as fast, but she stuck with it. 2015, her lowest was $735. Her highest was $5,719. You can imagine what those paychecks are leading up to that 5,000. She went from 7 to 5 in 1 year. So she's making money every single month, climbing up to that amount. That's amazing. Here's a triple diamond. She's 1 year in the business. Her lowest paycheck was $21. Her highest paycheck, again, I said 1 year in the business, $11,851. Okay, so I just want you to know what's possible. These are real, true numbers. I could tell you that all day because I know it, but I know what it's like to be new to this business and really scratch your head and go, can you really make money at that? How many people ask you that, right? When you first start this business, are you really making money at that? That's serious, cold hard cash. Okay, so I just think that's absolutely amazing. I want to introduce Miss Nicole Hine. She's got a little motivation for you.
Yeah, okay, the things I'm going to touch on have kind of already been touched on, but repeating is never bad. So I'm going to talk again about sacrifice. Who doesn't love that? Wants to give up all their favorite things. Okay, but like Hillary said and like Sarah said, we're talking about a short-term sacrifice for a long-term, a really long-term payoff. So my first year at conference, which was January 2014, Kimmy Dempsey had a segment. If you don't know who she is, she's Mark and Cindy Pentecost's daughter, and she's a black diamond, which means she's making $100,000 or more a month every single month. That's possible with this business. There's how many now? Like 4 or 5? 4. So one phrase she said that I know stuck with all of us who were there that year is you can do anything, but you can't do everything. I'll say it again. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So I know all of us who were there, that really stuck with us, and I think we all kind of thought about what does that mean for me. So that was the year at conference that I set my goal to go diamond, to get the $10,000 bonus. So I had to think about, like, if that's what I want to do, I can do it, because I can do anything. But I'm not going to be able to do everything else along these next couple of months that I'm pushing for this. So for me, that meant, like, I love to work out. So for me, that meant, I might not make it there some days because I have a wrap party to do after work, so I can't go to the gym. I like to eat healthy. Me and Amanda Roush joke about how when we're pushing hard for promotion, we eat Taco Bell a lot. And then, I'm like, hey, it's like, well, I should go back to the gym. My Taco Bell is showing. But it's worth it. It's not like I'm saying, like, oh, go live a completely unhealthy lifestyle. I couldn't let myself do that. But, for a while, like, I can let a few things go to get to where I want to be. So, quick question for you guys. Who thinks it would be awesome to go diamond by March or May at the latest and be making $2,000 a month? Some of you don't want to do that apparently, but most of you do. Everybody would want to. Okay, no, that's truly okay if that's not your goal. That's really okay. But a lot of you did raise your hand that would be awesome. So you can do that. You absolutely can. For the girl who signed today, you can go diamond by March 31st, May 31st, whatever you want to do. You truly can. Everyone in here can. But there's going to be some things you have to give up along the way, and it's going to be worth it. So while I'm listing off a couple things, I want you to really think about your life, all the things you do that fill your day, that make you so busy. Think about what you might be willing to give up for a couple of months for a huge payoff. So, like Sarah said, there's no BB and TV, so I don't own a television, so that's not an issue for me. Do you hear everybody? What do you do? And I don't have Netflix. I canceled it because I wasn't using it. Oh yeah, lots of people give up laundry, especially those with kids. Hillary was very vulnerable one year in like February and posted a picture of like her kitchen/living room, and it was like, but seriously, like your laundry will be waiting for you in May. Invest in some Febreze. Yeah. At the end of it, you can pay someone to do it. You can clean your house because you'll be a diamond making all kinds of money. Maybe a hobby that you do. Maybe working out. I don't know what other hobbies are. Maybe you scrapbook. Watch your dog. God. Okay, so here's maybe a rough one, and especially coming from someone who's not a mom, but kids' bedtime, a couple nights a week. I know that's a reality for a lot of you who are moms and who have done a 90-day push, and push for a promotion. So obviously, if you're in this business for time, it's like for time with your kids, but is it worth it for that little bit of time, to give some of that up for the long-term stay-at-home mom if that's your goal? Sleep, that's come up several times. Are you willing to stay up an hour later, get up an hour earlier, things like that. So sacrificing these things for a short period of time, it's not like we're saying for the next 20 years you can never do any of these things. It's just a short period of time, and the payoff truly is incredible, and those of us who have done it can tell you that. So I want to end with a question. Who wants to be vulnerable and put themselves out there for an accountability deal and share what's something you'd be willing to give up from now until March or May? We always say March because that's usually the bonus deadline, but maybe May.
Kid sports. I'm gonna have to give up some kid sports. I love to watch my daughter play, but I'm gonna have to give it up. Yeah, so no, that's not.
Okay, y'all, so my husband works out of town, and literally, within, the past couple months, people know when he's in town, I dedicate all my time to him because I miss him. I love him, When he's in town, he can go eat by himself sometimes. And I've missed date nights out with him because I'm like, got a wrap party, and he's like, what? I'm like, sorry, bye, Felicia. So, yeah. Maybe a date night out with your husband, skip it. He'll thank you later.
He will. They like the big paychecks, so he will thank you later. Who else?
I may have an Amazon Prime addiction. Does anyone else watch too much Amazon Prime? Oh my gosh, so many great shows.
No, I just fight them.
I have children, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, play there. I'm real busy. But anyway, I have removed it from my phone, and I will not be watching it until May.
I know that was the hand over here.
I did a 90-day push before and went diamond in 3 months, and I let go of a lot of things, and the one thing I couldn't let go totally was laundry. And this 90 days, my husband can shrink and discolor anything. I don't care.
Can't wait to see how you're dressed in April. Who else? There's gotta be more.
Okay. So I'm slightly addicted to this show on Netflix right now. So I will say, as of tonight, I will put that away until the end of March.
Good job. You can do it. Good show.
I'll come back to Oh my gosh, that's a great show.
I'll just say really quickly, if you guys have spouses that are not on board with what you're doing, you need to sit down and have a communication 101 with them and start dreaming with them and get them on board with where you want to go because you are one, and whether it's your spouse or your significant other. And if you have to give up laundry or dishes, then just ask if they can help you. And I think over-communicating what your desires are really helps set the tone. And you also need to let them know that you run your business off of your phone and that you're not just sitting there scrolling through Facebook. I think that's a big trigger with a lot of married couples, and they think you're just playing around. But if you can communicate to them that that's how you're making your money and over-communicate it, even if you have to do it every day, do that because your marriage comes first, your family comes first, but you also want to succeed. So I think that's been huge for us.
Blake, your hand up. Yeah. I'm in the back. Who else wants to share?
The only thing I was going to say is what I'm going to sacrifice is I'm going to sacrifice whatever I need to do as a husband so Sarah Seymour can be ambassador.
Anybody in the
I have a successful business of 16 years of this month, and I've canceled 3 contracts already. And I've also got a full-time job, and I'm a 10-year cancer survivor. So I'm going to give up the consulting business for at least 4 months so I can try and figure this out.
Yay. We're making this really hard for Periscope, Nicole. Just want you to know that. Just saying. You know what? Kids should not be on this, so you just go right ahead. Yeah. Right?
Guys, as I do my healthy boundaries class and my healthy relationship class, the biggest thing I think that we can remember is when you're on an airplane and the flight attendant says, hey, when the mask comes down and you put it on before you do it to somebody else, there's a reason for that. It's not selfish to take care of yourself first. It's not selfish to do something before you have to think about your family or something like that. You have to do that so that you are the best person that you can be before you can be the best person for your family or for anybody else. Amen. And so stop thinking. The permission thing, I tell all the kids, this is the last thing I'm going to say. When you are growing up, who tells you what you can do and when you can do it?
Your parents.
Your parents. Your partner does not tell you that. Because then you are in a relationship that's a parent-child dynamic, and that's gross, it's wrong, it's illegal in every country. It's sick, it should make you throw up in your mouth a little bit. So, think about that as far as, I get being respectful for your partners and knowing that you have that partnership, but nobody is the dominant inside that relationship. And you are going to be there, you're doing this for your family, but you have to be able to take care of yourself first. Put yourself first. You're going to be the best for your family, for yourself, and everybody else if you do that. That's,
You know, the same goes for your team. You need to take care of yourself and not spend, I'm so guilty of this, like spending too much time trying to help my team and not enough time. Yeah, don't drag people along. Bad stuff. I want to, somebody put on Periscope, I want to be friends with this woman.
Somebody wants to be a friend on Periscope.
oh my God.
Oh, they did. Well, don't.
What's your
We'll
name
talk
on
about
Periscope?
I don't want to know any of the negatives because I'm very.
What's your name on Periscope?
I don't.
You don't.
Woman of mystery.
Yeah.
Woman of mystery. She ain't got time for that. She's signing people. She got time for that. She's got lawyers.
Oh,
she's got,
that was my
she's got
friend
stuff
Liz.
going on.
Oh,
So,
cool, Liz. I know she's awesome, isn't
Thank
she?
you guys all so much. I think we're going to kind of wrap it up here. But I think to sum it up, we all have a lot of fun and a lot of work to do in front of us over the next few months. I am absolutely stoked to see what's going to happen and work on that personal development, but more than anything, work on those income-producing activities and put away the busy and start doing more, okay?
Absolutely. Next meeting is after conference. Between now and then, we have conference, so if you're not going, make sure that you do the live stream, however they facilitate that. February 9th, we are back here, so it's the second Tuesday. Is that right? Do I have that day right? Yeah. Okay, February 9th, right back here. So,
Right back here.
all right.
Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.